You know what time it is. It's your boy Aquaman, always bringing y'all the DeFi gems. Yo, today's DeFi gem is actually going to be a new type of gem that I will be doing on a weekly basis, especially in important times like this. And that is reading off the CYPRX Superior Trading Report. Okay, and this report dives deep into the sentiment around the globe and what weighs on, risk off, and why the markets could actually go lower or they could actually go higher. And being tapped into these reports help my mind remain in a state of read and react, right? So nobody knows where the market is going to go, but to see some of the probabilities on what could weigh on this happening to this happening and understanding multiple different outcomes and waiting for it and not over anticipating and, letting our emotions take over and say, I think it's going to be this and betting on that, but just letting the market come to us, right? Reading this report is one of the best reports in my daily life being in crypto. And the reason why I'm even able to read this report is because I'm part of the CYPRX Superior Trading community. Yes, myself and Cypress, we built Wealth 28 Club, but before we built Wealth 28 Club, I was a superior trading student, okay? So we can't forget how amazing of a trader Cypress is and his just level of being extremely accurate with his price predictions, and not necessarily price predictions because he gives us potentials, right? But usually those price ranges are exactly as he says. I've never heard him say any outrageous price point that's going to happen by this date. This guy is one of the most grounded traders in the game. Now that you guys have heard that amazing introduction to CYPRX and all that jazz, going forward, I will be reading off this report. There are tons of gems in it. Just imagine how many more gems are inside the CYPRX Discord. Okay, so this is one of many. I reached out to Cypress and I asked him, hey, do you mind if I read this report, maybe once a week or whatever? He said, yes, please, definitely. So let's go ahead and start reading it together. That introduction was a long one. It's not going to be like that every time. But this is for all my, loyal subscribers on what's going to be happening on my channel here going forward on a weekly basis. And I highly encourage you to tap into this report while I'm reading it to you. And some of it might sound foreign, but as I read it on a weekly basis, I'm telling you, the more and more you listen to it, the more and more it will finally start to make sense. Okay, so let's dive into it. July 29th report, 2025. Market update. Buyer control persists, but caution builds ahead of the Fed and tariff headlines. As of writing this, the crypto market continues to show no signs of aggressive selling. Buyers remain in control on higher timeframes, despite some mild pullbacks in recent sessions. Sellers have not yet gained the upper hand, but caution is warned in the days ahead as several key macroeconomic and geopolitical developments could weigh in on risk assets like crypto. One of the primary headwinds has been renewed strength in the US dollar. The dollar posted its strongest single-day gain since May on Monday, rallying 1% following the announcement of a major trade framework between the US and European Union markets. Markets interpreted the agreement as heavily favoring Washington, sparking renewed confidence in the greenback. This momentum has been further supported by easing trade tensions with major partners such as Japan, Indonesia, Vietnam, and the Philippines, along with stronger than expected US economic data. Investor focus is now turning to Wednesday Federal Reserve policy decision, followed by Fed Chair Jerome Powell's press conference. While the Fed is widely expected to keep interest rates on hold, market participants will be watching closely for Powell's tone and any changes in guidance around inflation, the labor market, and potential rate cuts later this year. A hawkish or cautious message, especially if Powell pushes back on the rate cut expectations, could drive further dollar strength and lead to profit taking across risk assets. On the flip side, if Powell keeps the door open for rate cuts or provides a dovish tone suggesting potential easing later in the year, it could offer renewed support to crypto and equities, both of which aggressively priced in rate cuts during June and July. Beyond the Fed, ongoing tariff uncertainty remains the wild card for risk sentiment. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent made headlines Tuesday after concluding another round of U.S.-China trade talks. Despite signaling some progress, no firm agreements have been reached ahead of the Trump administration August 1st deadline for the global reciprocal tariffs. Bessent floated the idea of extending the deadline to August 12th, but also reinforced the administration's hardline stance, suggesting that steep import taxes could be reinstated if trade partners fail to meet U.S. demands. Markets are also awaiting further updates from key jurisdictions, including India, China, Russia, Mexico, Canada, and South Korea. Any negative interpretations of trade outcomes with these partners could spark a risk-off move. Even bullish trade deals that boost dollar demand could paradoxically weigh in on crypto as capital rotates into strengthening greenback. Despite these looming risks, my base case remains optimistic. The broader uptrend still appears intact, and unless we get a major risk-off shock, I expect buyers to continue to defend at key levels. That said, I'm prepared for volatility. If sentiment does sour and we see fear-induced pullbacks, I will be looking to dollar cost average back into the market around 3.7, 3.6, and 3.2 trillion levels, targeting discounted opportunities in high conviction assets. Whatever those assets you may hold, this week could be pivotal. Between Fed commentary, dollar direction, and tariff headlines, the next few sessions will likely dictate whether crypto can maintain momentum or enters a temporary correction phase. Stay vigilant and be ready to pivot as macro conditions evolve. These are the types of reports that you need to be tapped into to understand why we have red days in crypto and why we have green days in crypto. And understanding market cap entirety of crypto, right? At the end of this report, what was said, I'm going to dollar cost average back into the market around 3.7, 3.6, 3.2 trillion dollar levels, which means the market is bleeding and any of the assets that you are holding are more than likely at a discounted price. So when you're tapped into reports like this and you understand the potentials of outcomes that could happen based on what is happening in the world, you can position yourself correctly, as opposed to waking up to a bloody market and not understanding why and thinking that crypto is a scam. Not understanding that there are a slew of things that take a toll on whether crypto is going up or going down. So with that being said, that's going to do it. Listen, if you want to tap in with a community that is constantly tapped in and understanding the markets and learn how to trade, tap in CYPRX trading. That link will be in the description of this video. There is no course like it out there. I am telling you, this is, if this report and this video resonated with you, CYPRX Discord is something that I would even look into. So tap in with us. Link will be in the description of this video. So much love, and I'll see you guys in the next one.